Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Crystal, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Good afternoon. It's just gone 12, and I'm at home in my flat. I did manage to take Max out for a walk. I've started to feel down in the dumps. I really don't know why. I felt okay this morning. So I took Max out, threw the rubbish in the bin, walked up onto the field, and it's got really quite busy lately. It's got busy lately with lots of people about. Drilling's just started, excuse that. I don't know what that is. I don't know what it is or where it's coming from. It's obviously coming out from outside in the vicinity of where the flats are, but I haven't got a clue. Outside there you can see my Ginger cat is on the balcony, Ginger, and my other cat is over there snoozing in the sun, and they keep knocking my clothes over, so I'm going to have to go out and pick it up, so just hang on a second. The air is quite fragrant outside, very fragrant, put it that way. Yeah, the good old ganjas in the air again. The good old ganjas. Oh, I remember at my old address, I used to hang my washing outside on the balcony, and I came back in high as a kite. You can smell the weed all over the balcony area. Very fragrant outside it is. So I'm not going to sit out there. I mean, the sun's gone to the opposite side, but it smells of weed. You smell it? Just picked up my washing the dryers that I used to. You just spend your whole life stoned out of your head through second-hand cannabis smoke. That's what it was like at my other flats. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 12:12 p.m.
So I've got I don't know if this is any good. I don't know if the police are going to listen, but I've got the harassment diary here. I've got screenshots of the messages coming off of Facebook and what they've been saying. If you don't answer the messages, it's okay. As soon as you answer one of their messages, it starts. The crap starts. So Max and I, we got onto the field. There was a blonde woman with 2 dogs, and she went in front of me, and I was walking slow. And there was a couple of blokes walking with dogs on their own. So these guys were on their own walking a dog. I was walking Max on my own. And I was just taking it easy and enjoying the walk and not getting cross or angry, because what's the point? It doesn't do anyone any good, does it, arguing and being cross? And I just slowly walked back to my flat, and there was really nothing remarkable that happened. And I came into my flat. There was a parcel on the floor. I've obviously found out that the bank has taken a huge sum of money out of my money, and I'm going to be left with £50 to last 2 weeks, which is possible when you're a single person on your own. I haven't got kids to support, and I know where to get cat and dog food. I mean, it's cheap in the co-op, so as long as the cats and the dogs are fed, that's fine. These things happen. We all go through difficult times, and we just get through it. There's plenty of cat food left from last week anyway, and thank goodness it's warmer weather, because I shouldn't need to keep topping my that's the worry, the gas and electric. Keeping the gas and electric topped up is the worry. But thankfully the weather is hot, and if you've got no gas you can boil a kettle to get water. So there you go. It's the bank's fault. 100% my bank's fault, but I can't do anything about it. Taking a large, not taking it back in bits and pieces, just taking the whole lot at once out of a poor person's money. So, okay, cool. As long as I've got electric and I've got food in my belly, I'm afraid you have to push some bills out the way, don't you? That's what you have to do. That's what normal people do to survive. As long as you've got food and you can afford it, you've got money to put on the gas and electric, that comes first, I'm afraid. Not bloody council tax and water rates. Because in Great Britain we pay for water, we pay for the water rates. So, not only is it keeping yourself afloat, it's keeping a smile on your face when it feels like everything's like going against you. There's the drilling again. I'm not going anywhere today. The police are due out. Like I said, I don't know if they're actually going to do anything about what this is, because it just seems a complete joke anyway. And we'll see if this evening, after the police have been, if we get what we got last night. I don't know what that was. Bombarded with people, dogs all over the place, and the weirdest, most strangest people I've ever seen. The sun is out, and I really can't go anywhere. I haven't been to the co-op this morning because you need money to go in the co-op, obviously. And I've got some money, but I've got to keep hold of that because I might need it later on to top up my gas or electric. So you've got to be careful. As for my shopping that was due to come out today, I don't know if it is or it isn't, because this happens a couple of months back when a company said my card hadn't gone through. So I ordered another load of shopping, and then 2 loads of shopping come on the same day. So I'm not ordering any more shopping. I'm going to wait till the end of today, and if the shopping hasn't come, then I know that it's not coming. I haven't had any messages saying it is coming today. I had a message saying my card wouldn't go through yesterday. So there's been nothing today at all. So yeah, it's a bit of shit luck at the moment. Not very lucky. So I went into my Facebook and I just check if there's been any notifications, and sometimes I upload a photograph, and as soon as I go into Facebook, somebody pings on it. So 3 people messaged me and I haven't answered it because I know what happens when I answer the messages, and it's not very nice. So Max and I have had a walk. We're now sitting, relaxing. I'm about to find out what I want to cook for my lunch. So I showed you this, didn't I? I've got chicken tikka masala with rice, which is okay until the 17th of August. I've also got this sandwich to eat that I got yesterday, tuna, mayo and cucumber, so we've got that. We've got some corned beef in here which could go with potato, and I still haven't eaten my Chinese chicken curry with egg fried rice, and that really does need to be eaten, but that is okay until the 27th of August. So the 27th, that is fine. So we've got food. We've also got some tinned food as well. Soup is food. We've got bread. We've got noodles. We've got rice pudding. We've got ravioli. We've got food. There's no problem with food. I hope, well, we've got to see whether this shopping comes or not, and if it doesn't, I'm going to have to get some toilet rolls. I'm glad I went out yesterday, and I'm glad I bought what I did, because I needed to get a break from this flat, and I needed to get out, and I needed to like cheer myself up, because it gets monotonous and boring. I sat in your flat all day long without actually going anywhere or doing anything, so I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go out. And apart from being, I felt really, it was so hot yesterday. It must have been one of the second hottest days of the year, and I was sweating buckets, and it's hard to shop when it's that hot, and the shops and the library had no cool air in them, and you just want to get out and go home and sit in front of a fan. Really. I believe my mum's called me this morning, but I didn't speak back. So yeah, I'm just taking each day as it comes, and that's all you can do in my position, is take each day as it comes, and a lot of people have to do the same. So, you know, we might do a shop where I nip to Asda, or I nip to a supermarket with just a tenner or 15 quid, and see what we can get for that. But that's going to be later on, because I've got to keep hold of my money in case I need to pop in the post office and just put a tenner on the gas. The bank did not do me a favour with what they did to me. They didn't do me a favour. They've actually made things worse. Because of this, what they thought was fraud, they held on to these, what they thought might be fraud, and they stopped it. And then when they realised that those things weren't fraud, they've just taken the money out when I really didn't have it, which was a bit of a shitty thing to do. But I'll manage. I just can't do what I did. I can't sit up there and, you know, I can't. My mum's an adult in her own right, and she doesn't need me sat there all the time. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Else in Brentford at the moment, Mike, except this absolute constant background thumping through parts of the day of the loudest, I think it's like a hammer or a pile driver or whatever it's called. That's not soothing, Mike.
Well, it's not the top of my list.
That's not remotely. So people are being driven mad by it. But other things, like the ocean, is a great... I mean, ocean and rainfall quite similar, maybe. That kind of tells you...
Maybe like a fireplace? Why is that?
Roaring fire. Why are some sounds soothing?
Mm.
That sounds like a tongue twister. But I like it. Why are some sounds... Is that the one you said was going to be alliteration? That's why are some sounds soothing? Some sounds soothing. Why are some sounds soothing and some sounds aren't? I like it. Okay, you're on. Well, construction sites, I think you're going to be in a minority of one. A minority of Mike when it comes to the idea of construction sites being soothing. I like the sound of children playing. I find that very soothing, very uplifting. You know, like the sound from a playground or something like that. But a construction site? Paul is in Washington, Tyne and Weir. Paul, question or answer?
A question, James.
Carry on.
I want to know what electric eels were referred to before electricity was invented.
Some of the questions today are just flirting with the kind of white dog poo and baby pigeons, aren't they? Isn't this more of a riddle than a mystery?
No, it's a genuine question. When electricity was invented, what were they known as?
Well, I don't know.
Well, neither do I, that's why I'm asking.
Well, maybe it was still called an electric eel. Maybe that's where they got the name from, for electricity.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah, I've never thought of that, but there must be a better answer than that.
It don't have a Latin name. What was an electric eel called before we knew what electricity was? I mean, yeah, I think you might be disappointed. I wonder whether it's actually the other way around, and the name for electricity is linked to what the eel was called in the first place. I don't know what I'm talking about, boys. You've probably picked up by now. Eels. So electric eels, medicinal side effects, soothing sounds, fountain pens, lions and alarms, decomposing bodies in space, automatic doors, and contagious yawning. We need to start getting some answers. And I will accept answers to any of those questions. Thank you, Paul. Chris is in Haverhill. Chris, question or answer?
Answer, mate.
Carry on, Chris.
I've got the answer to the why the fountain pen has to be used to do signatures on birth certificates and marriage certificates and all that.
Splendid.
It's because they use a special ink. It's what they call an India ink. It's a solvent-based ink that cannot be removed by like a normal water-based ink. So you can splash water on it or whatever and it will still be there. And you can only apply that using a fountain pen because it's quite a thick ink.
So it's not the pen. The pen is the mode of delivery of the ink. It's the ink that's specified, and that is a very specific type of ink.
Yeah. My wife did part-time as a registrar, and they had to use they basically use cheap. I'm not disparaging them, but the Parker Vector pens we used to use at school.
Yeah.
Because after a while, the ink would just destroy the fountain pen. So they threw them away because they're only like £10 a time. She tried to use one of my fountain pens, and that's rather a lot more money, and I told them no.
But do you know what happened then? Is as soon as you said, I don't want to disparage the pen, I thought that's quite an odd thing to say. I bet he's a pen enthusiast. And you are. I don't know why that was a giveaway. Why would that be a giveaway? Because you were concerned about the feelings of a pen.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Fair enough. There's anthropomorphism going on. So you didn't want, in case there were any Parker Vector pens listening, you as more of a Mont Blanc man, you didn't want that Parker pen to be upset, did you?
Upset? No, I didn't want to hurt their feelings because they're good entry level pens. But if they clog up, you just throw it away. You're not going to burst into tears or get upset.
Not going to trouble your insurers, are you? Or anything like that. So are you a big collector of fountain pens?
I'm not. I've reached the pens that I wanted. So you mentioned that I've got a Mont Blanc fountain pen. I've also got a Visconti, which is made out of lava from Mount Etna. Yeah, it's the Visconti Homo sapiens Dark Age. Have a look.
Well done.
It's a beautiful pen. It's organic in your hand.
What do you do, right? Because most people don't use pens much anymore.
I work in agricultural genomics, and I take notes all day, every day.
And you couldn't do it. Could you do it on a tablet, or do you choose to do it with pen and paper?
I choose to do it with pen and paper because I just enjoy the feeling of it.
I can tell you do. And what's it called again? I'm going to look that up after the show.
It's the Visconti, Visconti, Homo sapiens.
Wow.
Dark age.
It's an dark age. It's an interesting one. Thank you, Chris. I love that. I mean, you know how much I love this job. But the round of applause. Qualifications, King of Pens. There we go. Lovely stuff. Did you pick up on that as well? When Chris said, that, I don't want to disparage the pen, he thought, oh, aye. There's a bit more to this than meets the eye. And there was. I love that. I'm basically the Columbo of the radio waves. Let's have a really cross over your head on that.
The exam regulator insists there has been no grade inflation following a rise in the number of A-level entries receiving an A or A star. 27.8% received the top grades, which is up on last year and above pre-pandemic levels. The UK government insists Ukraine has a clear right to use equipment it has donated across the border in Russia. Troops have reportedly used British Challenger 2 tanks in its incursion in the Kursk region. And a report has found significant issues in the standards of investigations carried out by the Metropolitan Police. It says the force, which remains in special measures, is inadequate or requires improvement in 7 key areas. LBC weather turning increasingly dry and bright across Scotland and Northern Ireland. Rain continuing in northwest England will also reach Wales. Mostly dry and cloudy elsewhere, a high of 27 degrees.
LBC.
Say hello to Chase, awarded Best British Bank by our customers.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, it's quick and easy to open it.